Welcome back.
We're here for our second episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable.
Diamond is Unbreakable. Sounds like it ought to be the name of a James Bond movie. There was Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah, anyway.
It's the sequel to that.
Diamonds Are... I don't know. Unbreakable is an M. Night Shyamalan movie. What if there was a James Bond movie by M. Night Shyamalan? And you find out that James Bond is Dr. No at the end.
Well then.
Yeah.
That would be quite a twist.
Yes.
But before we start, we have something cool to share.
Yes, we do.
Special announcement.
Special announcement.
My dad, who many of you all love.
Hi there.
Has a YouTube channel of his own now.
I have a YouTube channel of my own now.
Yes. He does hobby terrain stuff.
Yeah.
You know how to describe it better than I do.
I'm starting a channel. I play war games. And I make terrain for war games. And it's not an interesting channel. I just started it. There's one video up. But I talk about little model tanks. These are my Russian tanks. And I talk about little models.
Yep.
Yep.
So you can go check them
It's
out
called
there.
Robinson Wells Hobby Terrain. Yeah. We'll put a link in the notes.
Yeah. So you can go check that out after you're done watching this video.
Yeah. I'm never gonna approve of that guy's hair.
Josuke?
Yeah.
Well, if you say you don't like it around him, he's probably gonna beat you.
Well, I don't care. I would say it. I also don't approve of this person being the same age and being tiny.
Well, he's just a tiny bit shorter than them. It's just he kind of imagines himself being shorter than everyone else.
How is that a thing?
Because
he looks a lot shorter.
I think it's kind of implied that the whole story is kind of being told by him.
Oh.
He's like a narrator, sort of.
Maybe if ever gonna make fun of your hair, you should change your stupid hair.
Just think about it. What if there really is a person who can impart stands to others?
Petrifying thought, isn't it? Do you want to know more? It happened last year, 1998. About a month before my execution was to be carried out. I remember that night well. It was cloudy.
What does he have to gain at this point from telling them the story?
Maybe to see the fear in their eyes when they realize there's more stand users.
I guess.
What are you doing? I told you to get me out of this stupid rock! If you don't get a move on, you and your prissy-ass hair are getting ripped apart! Huh?
You want to repeat that?
Take it easy.
Are you calling me chicken? Didn't the last episode say, and the rock lived on forever as Lover's Lane? Didn't they say something like that?
That's still what's happening. He's just switching the rock up more so that Angela can't talk.
Yeah, I think we may have found a new enemy in this school uniform guy. Or it could be that the bow and arrow is the source of this madness. If he was right, and it's hiding somewhere in this town, then Angelo was just the opening act in a horror show.
Well, when we think about people who wear school uniforms, Jotaro wore a school uniform, and what's his name?
Which character are you talking about?
The guy whose name I can't remember.
What does he look like?
The other guy who wore the school uniform.
In part 3?
Yeah, in part 3.
Kakuin.
Kakuin. So Kakuin is the bad guy.
Kakuin's dead.
I know, we think he's dead, but he's the bad guy.
I've been meaning to ask, what happened to Mr. Jotaro?
Oh, he said there was some stuff he needed to look into, so he went back over to the Grand Hotel.
Do you think it has to do with the town?
Sure seems like it.
I see. We're facing a crisis.
What's the little guy's name?
Koichi.
Koichi. I like Koichi. I think it's weird that he's little, but I guess people can be little.
Koichi, no! Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing? What? I should be the one asking you that question. You and your friends are on my property.
Da-da-da.
Josuke will tell you the rest of the story. Tedious chit-chat drives me up the wall. Speaking of Josuke...
Why are none of the JoJo's nice?
Josuke's nice. He just sometimes gets angry. Jonathan was nice.
Jonathan was nice. I'll give you that. Jonathan was nice. Joseph was better when he was old.
Yeah. He wasn't the main character.
Yeah.
Given that he defeated Angelo, his stand abilities will likely pose a nuisance to us as well.
You know about stands too? Out with it! Are you stand users?
Did he forget about the arrow so soon?
Even if you try to run, it wouldn't matter, because I can still do this. I just have to grab some space. And then... Hey, you came right to me! It's like teleporting, isn't it? In case you didn't get the memo, you're up against the Hand, a stand that even my bro fears. Try as you might, you can't run now. Josuke! No matter where you try to hide, you're always within my reach. So go ahead, punk, make my day.
Why is he bothering to teleport him forward and then not touch him with the hand?
I don't know.
He's just
not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed.
No.
He's gonna be a pain in the ass when he wakes up and tries to attack me. I guess I better draw out his nap with some gentle asphyxiation. This'll definitely put the sting of defeat in his soul. Here we... Koichi!
Is he just gonna strangle him?
I don't know.
Strangled the dead guy. Or the unconscious guy.
A villain fouler than Dio. Or worse, a stand user who wields even more power than the world. We can't let either come to pass.
Da-da-da-da-da.
All right. So what are your thoughts on this episode?
Okay, my thought is, you know the movie Jaws?
Yes.
Okay, so Jaws is scary because we don't see Jaws until, like, way to the end of the movie. We just see what Jaws does. But now they've just shown us this dude, like, right at the very beginning. And he doesn't
don't think
have...
that's what they're gonna do?
No, he just doesn't seem very scary, and I'm like, meh. Is this the guy who's scarier than Dio? I've seen scarier. The witch is creepier than this guy.
Well, this guy's just like a high school student, so...
Is he? I can't ever tell ages in
they
this.
said he was wearing a school uniform.
Well, I know he's wearing a school uniform, but... Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Good stuff.
We've got our first music reference, I guess technically not our first, for this episode. Okuyasu's Stand, The Hand.
The Hand.
Named after a band, literally just called The Band.
Oh, I know the band, okay.
Yeah. And also, fun little fact about the English dub, Okuyasu's voice actor is also the same voice actor who did Vanilla Ice in last season.
Oh, really?
And both of them have a stand that can erase stuff from there.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
The interesting cleverness.
This fight is just getting started!
There's something moving up there in the dark.
What the hell?
Did he really just die?
We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
I guess we will. If he did, I think that's neat. If he didn't, I think, well, that's anime for you.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got spoilers in the opening music sequence.
We do see him.
We do see him, so we have to assume that he's one of the good guys?
Maybe.
Because there's the hand. He's walking with them.
Certainly an interesting theory.
I wouldn't call it a theory. I'd call it a fact. But I want him to die when he got shot in the face.
Josuke Higashikata. No matter how dire the situation, he would never abandon this brat. I'm willing to bet he'll be back to save him soon enough. He'll die by my hand, as will anyone who gets in the way of this bow and arrow. I'll wipe them all out of existence!
See, but he's not scary. Because we know that Koichi survives, because he's in all the opening sequence. So we know that the big bad guy isn't very scary.
Is he the big bad guy, though?
He seems to be the big bad guy. I think the witch is the big bad guy.
The witch is dead.
Oh, the witch is dead? Oh, well.
I suppose that's just how it's gonna be! Alright, I'm going in. Since you're not gonna help, just stay out of my way, Okuyasu. Koichi doesn't have much time, so I have to move quickly.
Why does he have an X across his face?
I don't know.
It's weird.
None of this is making any sense! Why'd you go through so much trouble to try and save me?
Well, it's not complicated. I didn't think anyone needed to die today. Truth be told.
I was just going to strangle you in your sleep.
It was a hell of a lot creepier when I couldn't see it. Getting a look at it is actually a relief. Looks like we've got a pesky runt on our hands. As soon as that little shit shows himself, I'll blast him to Kingdom Come with Shining Diamond. Then we'll get the hell out of here as fast as we can.
There you are! What?
Little tiny army man! Is that his power? He can make little tiny army man?
Yeah?
That is the best. That is the best power.
Yeah.
Damn it! Son of a...
Oh my goodness gracious.
You'll never escape this house, or the domination of my perfectly synchronized stand. Worst company!
That's delightful.
So his stand is called Worst Company.
I assume after Bad Company.
Yeah.
Manifest your stand!
What's a stand? Sorry, I have no clue what you mean.
Huh? It's your first time? Well, I'll be. Very well, Josuke. Be a sport.
He just gave him the stand.
Maybe he assumed the stand would immediately come out.
Maybe.
Okay, materializing your stand is easy, Koichi. Ramp up the urge to protect yourself. Or maybe think about pummeling this guy until he's black and blue. The rest boils down to instinct. A stand unique to your spiritual energy should reveal itself.
Hold on! Say what?
Think of a wonderful thought. Any happy little thought.
Instead, I'll blow your head right off from underneath that prized hair of yours. Consider yourself forewarned. But first Worst Company will fire bullets into your legs. That'll keep you from running away. Next, we'll focus on taking out your arms. Once that's done, you'll have no means of defending yourself, giving me carte blanche to blow your brains and hair into oblivion.
Well, that sounds like a bulletproof plan if I ever heard one. If you overlook the fact that it's completely impossible!
I've already told you how meticulous I am.
This sounds like an argument between kids on an elementary school playground.
I mean,
Oh yeah? Well, if that's impossible...
All units! Take him out!
You think you've got me cornered, but I've already implemented my tactics.
What? I'm sure those are the missiles I shot at Josuke's arm. He turned them against me!
What, did you forget? My Shining Diamond's special ability is to repair almost anything that's been broken. Really, if you're that forgetful, you might want to take some notes. And make sure you're meticulous.
Make sure you're meticulous.
Alright. That's on the second of the 3 episodes.
I don't want Bad Company to be... I mean, obviously he's not the main bad guy, but I don't want him to be dead because he has the best stand.
Yeah.
He's...
It's such a great stand.
It's a delightful stand. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Perhaps the most ridiculous one we've seen yet. I mean, we've seen some pretty ridiculous stands. I want to know what they're thinking when they make these stands up. I want to know what, when his stand developed when he was just a kid, and he's like, I've got a stand. I wonder what my stand can do. It's a bunch of army men. That's what mine would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son.
So you've been searching for a stand user with the power to cure your father.
To cure him? What? Are you offering? 'Cause you're not needed.
Oh, he's sad.
What did I say? I've had just about enough of you! Get out of the box right now!
Hey! You've more than made your point!
Sorry, but I just can't let you have this bow and arrow. Not now or ever!
That works for me! I'll just take that bow and arrow later! But right now, my sights are set on that box! Ah!
Huh?
Wait, the box?
It was clear from the way he was clutching those scraps of paper that there was something important about them. Now it makes sense.
A family photo. He knew what he was doing. He hasn't been mindlessly rummaging through that box for 10 years. He's had a purpose. He was looking for the photo of his sons when they were young. It's true that he's not completely aware of his surroundings, but deep down, his memories are still intact. Memories of better days.
Well, this is all very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
No! Big bro!
I'll be relieving you of this bow and arrow, Keicho Nijimura. You do still remember me, don't you? Since you awakened my stand when you shot me with this arrow.
I do, and you are an idiot. You can't handle the bow and arrow.
Keito Nijimura! Stands are a manifestation of the soul. I've matured since you told me that.
So, this dude... Chili pepper?
Yeah.
As in red hot?
As in red hot.
Okuyasu.
Bro, I knew it was only a matter of time before this happened. I knew all the bad things he did in his life would catch up to him one day. But still, in the end...
I'm sad he died.
Yeah.
But as for what I want, I'm kindly asking you to get the hell out of Morio.
Now let me see if I've got this straight. A complete stranger calls and wants me to just up and leave town. What would you do if the situation was reversed?
Doesn't matter since I have the bow and arrow. That's right. I took it from Keicho Nijimura after I killed him.
It's not a bad guy voice.
Well,
I mean, it's like a Stooges voice. It's not like the lead bad guy's voice.
So my only priority right now is to have a little fun. I've had enough of dealing with mundane things like entrance exams and resumes.
So, you're a student, huh?
What difference does that make? Listen, if you wear out your welcome, I'll kill you and Josuke in ways that'll haunt you.
How many other stand users are there in this town? Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Be late.
Hey there, are you one of Josuke's friends?
Hi, I'm Okuyasu Nijimura.
Come on in and have some coffee while he finishes getting ready.
Wow, really? Don't mind if I do. Have you noticed that your mom's kinda hot? I'm right behind you.
A comedian. Just great. What have I done?
What have I done? Good grief.
good grief. Alright. So what are your thoughts on this episode?
I'm sad that Bad Company died. On the whole, I have issues with this episode.
Oh, what issues?
It takes away a bad guy from us and gives us no, like... Because right now, as much as we know, and we might not know the truth, but all we know at the moment is that somebody has the arrow who is... His only motivation is that he wants to play around and have fun. Which doesn't seem like a very good motivation for the super bad guy.
So you think there's another bad guy behind him, maybe?
Well, either that or it's written poorly. I'm hoping there's another bad guy behind him.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see, won't we?
Yeah.
And
There's just nothing to root against at the moment.
Yeah.
The dude, okay, what I was going to say, when he came in and he is made of electricity, and he looks kind of like this weird bird guy, but he's kind of bulbous, and he's bright yellow, and he has a kind of nasally voice.
Mm-hmm.
He totally reminded me like a villain from Power Rangers coming in. I'll get you, and...
He's a Power Rangers villain.
Yeah, Power Rangers villain.
Alright. Any other thoughts?
Not really.
Alright, let's do the patrons.
Patrons, my favorite. We've got a new one here. We've got a couple of new ones. Ammon Allen, as in Alan Wrench. Aram Lore, as in Lore of the Ancients. Bagner T, as in T-Bone Steak. Benson the Bug, as in Bug-Eyed Monster. Opus, Blazing Opus, as in Blazing Saddles. Took me a minute. Cartoon King 13 as in Death 13. Christian and Gwen as in Guinevere. Cristobal Uribe as in Cristobal Columbus. Dr. Bingus as in Doctor Who. Dystopia as in the genre I wrote in. Ebony Like the Wood as in Ebony and Ivory, together in perfect harmony. Eric Isidoria as in Eric the Red. Is that a dude, Viking? I don't
Probably.
know. I can never remember this one's name. Honcho Hammerhose is in Head Honcho. Insane Tofu is in Tofu Stinky Tofu. Jameson Bowling is in Bowling for Bowling Green. No, Bowling for Columbine. Bowling for Columbine. Joseph Michele as in Joseph Jotaro. Joseph Joestar. Joseph Roloma as in Joseph Joestar. As in, you know, this show that we're watching, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Kaloob Adabar as in Galoob, the game company. Louis Paul Letarte as in Jean-Paul Lessart. Mr. Someone as in Mr. Next Gen Blue as in Generation X. Pizza Time as in my favorite time of all. Sarah Richards as in I dated a girl in high school named Sarah Richards. Well, I went on one date with a girl named Sarah Richards in high school. I bet it's not the same girl. Secco Mode as in Necco Wafers. Tom Beveridge as in Things You Like to Drink. Wild Frito as in the Frito Bandito. And Willow Chaffee as in Chaffee the Tank. You are all fantastic people, and we love you, and yeah.
And we'll see you next episode.
We'll see you next episode.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.